Looking for the edge? Welcome to Tea Time to Overtime. From the first tee to the final whistle, serving up game day insights, expert analysis, and can't miss betting picks. Whether you're riding the hot hand, chasing the underdog, or just here for the love of the game, we've got you covered. Like, subscribe, let's hit the action. This is Tea Time to Overtime. The game starts now. We are a few days away from the NFL kickoff starting this Thursday with the Dallas Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles to kick us off. What's stealing headlines right now? We all know it. We all got the tweets. We got the ESPN notifications. Hell, we even got the NFL fantasy football notifications about this one. Let's not forget Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere else you follow the NFL. And it's not what you think. Actually, it's exactly what you think. It's Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. They made waves announcing their engagement on Instagram after 2 years of being the NFL's favorite power couple, and it is officially official. So the bigger headline in this is going to be, what does that prenup say? I mean, two very high-profile people with very successful careers that are probably not ending anytime soon, even though they could if they wanted to. But congratulations to Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift on their engagement. A congratulations and good luck. Hope this relationship and this marriage lasts a very long time, because all joking aside, they really are an adorable couple, and here is to the start of an amazing thing for them and to many, many, many more years. So congratulations, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Now, on to the latest roster moves. As we head into, again, week one, we've had some trades going on, and don't worry, we will get to that one. But before we get to the major one that has shaken up odds like no other, we have Adam Thielen is heading back to Minnesota. The Panthers traded him back to the Vikings, where he spent his first 10 seasons, and he'll rejoin Justin Jefferson while Jordan Addison serves his 3-game suspension. Now, I don't hate this move. I'll tell you why I don't hate it. And I say I don't hate it because I don't like it either. So, as we move forward, again, Thielen spent 10 seasons there. We've gone through some coaching changes. We've gone through some quarterback changes. We've gone through a lot of changes. I don't think it's the same Minnesota Vikings that Adam Thielen knows and loves when he left. So Thielen is a great wide receiver. Whether or not he's going to be a number 2 is going to be the biggest questions. But again, it's only 3 games that he'll probably be there for. He'll be a great third receiver. But he's definitely not going to place Jordan Addison. He's going to be missed on the field. So we will definitely take those into considerations as we move forward into week 1. And with the Minnesota Vikings, week 2 and 3 as well. So we'll see how that shakes up. Again, I don't hate that move. But again, Adam Thielen, and then likewise, with what they got, I thought it was a pretty solid trade. Again, Minnesota Vikings just getting some familiarity back to it. So Panthers traded Adam Thielen on a conditional 2026 7th round pick and a 2027 5th round pick to the Vikings for a 2026 5th round pick and 2027 4th round pick. So again, all in all, I think that was actually a very, very fair trade, and it is absolutely nothing compared to the Micah Parsons trade. That's right, guys. We are here with the end of this developing story. Micah Parsons just shook the NFL in more ways than one. The Cowboys traded him to the Packers for defensive tackle Kenny Clark, a 2026 first round and 2027 first round pick. Not surprised on that at all. Parsons then signed a record-setting 4-year, $188 million contract with $120 million guaranteed at signing, the highest-paid non-QB in NFL history, and he'll face his old team come Week 4 on Sunday Night Football. I mean, if we're not already getting into the hype of a game 4 weeks down the road, I don't know what else we can say to get you all excited. Last thing to mention about the contract is that it is a pure 136 million in total guarantees. That 120 million was literally just for him to sign that piece of paper. If something happened to him right then and there, boom, done. But all in all, it's going to be 136 million for there. So Parsons expressed in a statement on social media, and this is only part of it. If you guys want to, please go read the whole entire thing. I believe it was on his Instagram. Either that or you can probably find it on X as well. But Micah Parsons, in his statement, said, "I never wanted this chapter to end, but not everything was in my control. My heart was always been here, and it still is. Through it all, I never made any demands. I never asked for anything more than fairness. I only asked that the person I trust to negotiate be a part of the process." And even when Micah Parsons first became a Dallas Cowboy, he even came out and said, "Hey, I want to be a Cowboy." And this had to have been heart-wrenching for him during this whole entire process, this little hold-in that I guess is never going to become a holdout. Again, new terminology that I never heard before. So this really shook it up, and this is also going to go into us talking last week about, sprinkling those future bets, because my picks have changed a little bit, right here going into week 1, from when I made them. Oh, geez, a month ago, month and a half, 2 months. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. So this has shaken up a lot of different things on the odds. So to jump right in, your Super Bowl futures right now are still the Ravens and Bills as your favorite at plus 650, the Eagles at plus 700, Chiefs plus 850, Lions plus 1200, and the Packers are now plus 1200 as well, getting into that tie for top 5. In the NFC, this is really where it shakes up at. Eagles plus 250, Lions plus 600, Packers plus 650. We're nowhere to be found on that line here. I mean, even before this trade. Commanders plus 900, 49ers plus 900 as well. Everything is still pretty status quo in the AFC. Ravens plus 325, Bills 350, Chiefs plus 400, which have the biggest lock on it. Bengals plus 1100, Broncos plus 1200, and Chargers plus 1200 as well. So my strategy for everybody right now going into this is, stick with your formulas. And Micah Parsons trade, that's going to change everybody's formula. That is changing power rankings left and right throughout the NFL. The Cowboys, I believe, are still really a no worry. I'm not sure if anybody had them winning the Super Bowl. If they did, man, that was a huge crapshoot. All on you for that. But stick to the formula and don't buy into the hype. Even with flashy rivals uniforms dropping this year. Yes, that is right, guys. Nike and the NFL have revealed 8 new uniforms for the inaugural NFL rivalries. The AFC East and the NFC West will don special uniforms against a divisional rival, and this will continue on for 2 divisions, one in the AFC, one in the NFC, for the next 3 years. Again, this is the premier hype. I'm going to have a link to those jerseys and this article below, so click on those because those uniforms look absolutely amazing. And once these uniforms are worn, absolutely, they will start getting thrown into that mix of third jerseys and away jerseys and all the craziness that these NFL teams can actually pick from their jersey round. So there's going to be a lot of hype going into these rivalry games between these two. But again, and on top of that, it's division rivals where these uniforms are going to be pressed in on. So the hype is there. The decisions are tough. So stick to those formulas, stick to what you know, and make sure we are picking with that formula. We're not picking with the heart. We're picking with the head, and we're not getting into that media hype. As I say that, as I'm somebody who's kind of hyping all this stuff up. So, again, take everything I say with a grain of salt, make sure you guys got your stuff all up in hand, and we're definitely going to start getting into this as we get into the week, the weekly picks as we move forward here. So like I said, my picks now for AFC, NFC, and Super Bowl champions, they have differed a little bit here. So my picks, AFC is still the Buffalo Bills. The NFC, I had the Rams as a solid upset, but with this Micah Parsons trade, I switched that number, and Packers are right there. So if Micah Parsons can remain healthy, I believe he is going to have a huge impact come year one with the Green Bay Packers. So that is now my NFC champion picks right now. In the Super Bowl, I still have the Buffalo Bills taking it all. So Bills, Packers, and then the Bills to win the Super Bowl. It's going to be a fun one, y'all. And we'll see. Like I said, sprinkle. So now I got the Rams and the Packers. I got two teams. Loser that I can actually pick from, that can go now. I took the Packers at that plus 650, and I still have that bet with the Rams at plus 1,000. So I'm really hoping my original pick was 100% correct, because I'm still banking like crazy if the Rams are able to pull it off. But we're going to switch gears here. We're going to take it to the field, to the arena, as we are all very curious now. How are the Panthers starting their season? I mean, I'm going to say not great, but I don't think there's really anything to worry about. Matthew Tkachuk is out after off-season surgery, expected to miss the start of the season, and I don't think it's going to be as big of a hole for Florida as everybody thinks so, just because of their wonderful off-season signings that they had. Tkachuk will definitely be missed on the ice, there's no doubt about it, but they have some amazing forwards that can definitely lead them off there. And even with this news, the odds didn't change at all. The Panthers are still the favorite. But that being said, we still don't have the official time that Tkachuk is actually going to be out. He said that if he did undergo this surgery, he might be out 2 to 3 months, which again really isn't too terrible. But moving forward, again, this is a developing story, just like the Micah Parsons one was up in the NFL segment. So we'll keep our eye on this as we continue to move forward, as we are about a little over a month out now for the NHL to start their season. So the ice is getting laid, it's getting set, it's getting painted as we are on our ways. And if you all haven't seen a video on how they do that, please watch it. It is probably one of the most satisfying things, cleanest things in the whole entire world to watch. So please go find one. I know the Tampa Bay Lightning posted one. It may have just been on their stories, either today or yesterday. I can't remember, but it really is remarkable. It's super cool. And the staff and everything they do, just absolutely amazing. So what about off-season signings? Like I said, we're about a month and a half in here. Signings are still going on. I know the big ones are really all and done, but the Wild re-signed Marco Rossi to a 3-year, $15 million deal after a career-high 60 points this season. Now, this is going to be, I think, a key piece for them moving forward, even after the trade rumors and everything last season. But Rossi is coming off with the second in points in the Wild to Matt Boldy, who had 73, and then he was third in goals behind Boldy with 27, and Kaprizov at 25. So Rossi had 24 and 36 in all 82 games. He played every single game, so I think that's actually a great sign for the Wild. I don't think they're really restricting themselves either. It's only $5 million a year. Plus, it gives him that chance to extend it if he does step up to the plate. So we'll see where that lands. But I really like that move for the Wild, and even more so, I love the Blackhawks agreeing to sign Frank Nazar on a 7-year, $46.13 million deal. Now, he had 26 points in 53 games. He helped the U.S. in the World Hockey Championship win for the first time since 1933. 1933 was way back in the day. Hell, Hemingway was even alive, living in Key West at the time. We had the Great Depression going on. It has been a very long time. So, again, a great sign for there. Frank Nazar was also invited to the Olympic orientation camp, and their general manager, Blackhawks general manager, he had his thoughts that said proven to be one of the top young talents in the league. He drives play using his elite speed and playmaking abilities. Frank is an intelligent piece of our team, and we're thrilled to have him with us for the next 8 seasons. So if the GM is happy, the team will be happy, at least until things get screwed up. So again, congratulations to Nazar on his contract and Rossi with him. Again, I believe 2 great signings. So we'll keep an eye on those two and those 2 teams. Again, Minnesota, they're going to be playoff contenders, Blackhawks. We will see how everything else comes to fruition. And finally, Team USA Olympic update. I'm so glad you guys asked for this, because we have our GM, Bill Guerin, says he's planning for Matthew Tkachuk to be ready by February. Despite injuries, he's locked into this roster alongside names like Jake Eckel, Austin Matthews, Brady Tkachuk, Quinn Hughes, and Charlie McAvoy. So there you have it. Unless something absolutely goes completely wrong, Matthew Tkachuk is going to be on that Olympic roster. He was a huge piece in the Four Nations playoff. Four Nations. I always want to say Four Nations playoffs. The Four Nations face-off, which was an absolute hit. He did not start in his last game, which was against Canada. I believe he only played like 4 shifts at the most, and they ended up losing in overtime, and Canada ended up taking the inaugural to the Four Nations face-off. So moving forward, I can definitely see Tkachuk having a huge role in the United States taking Olympic gold. This has been something that we've all been eyeing for a very long time. We have those first 6 names. January is when the roster is going to be completely set. So I'm super excited to see that, and that is my strategy for you all, is make sure you don't ride National Pride too early. Wait for the final rosters to be locked in, or at least get a little closer to locked in before we start placing those Olympic bets. And this is why. Canada is only plus 150, USA plus 200, Sweden plus 500, Finland 7, and then Czechia plus 1,200. Again, your Four Nations face-off teams are going to be your top 4 there. But I'm not sure where the odds are going to go. But, I mean, those odds are a little soft right now, so I'm hoping, depending upon the talent that gets added to either Canada, US, or Sweden or Finland, those odds are going to change more in the betting favorite for that team pride that we all want to. But yeah, I mean, right now plus 200. I mean, maybe a small bet for Team USA, but to sprinkle a little bit onto Team Canada, I'm not really fully seeing those odds and those bet amounts that would actually have to be made. Like I said, Stanley Cup futures, Panthers are still favored at plus 600. Hurricanes right behind them at plus 800. Oilers plus 850. Golden Knights plus 850. And the Avalanche at plus 900. As we head from the ice to the greens, did you all see who made history at the Tour Championship? This is going down in the record book. This is going down as probably the only time we will see this, or it's going to be a very, maybe my grandkids will see this. But Tommy Fleetwood finally gets his first PGA win while winning the FedEx Cup title. Again, we're not seeing this ever again. Tommy Fleetwood, great player. He should have had a win or 2 by now anyways. But just seeing that, by the way, I called it. I said in that episode last week, wouldn't it be cool if he does this? Keep in mind he was also plus 900 going into the weekend. Going into round 2. So Tommy Fleetwood, congratulations on there. After 163 starts, 30 top 5s, and 6 runners-up, he finally was able to get it. On top of that, as we'll get to it here in a sooner, he fully embraced himself and locked himself into the European Ryder Cup team. So congratulations, Tommy Fleetwood. It's going to be great to see you over there in the Ryder Cup, but not too much luck as we are rooting for Team USA, or at least I am. I don't know where the rest of my listeners are, but let's go Team USA. So now that Tommy Fleetwood has finally broken through, whose stock rose the most this season? Tommy Fleetwood, right? Number one stock riser. He finally broke through, but his consistency was only matched by, come on guys, you can guess it. You're right. Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy. Those are the only 2 that were just as consistent as Tommy Fleetwood was this year. Of course, minus the wins. But again, congratulations, Tommy Fleetwood. JJ Spaun. We'll keep an eye on him. I'm very curious with it. He's the Cinderella story. He goes from losing his car to winning the U.S. Open. Now, he was also very steady this year as well. He lost in a playoff to Rory McIlroy for the Players. He had played phenomenal golf throughout the playoffs. So JJ Spaun, is he finding his groove, or will he kind of be a one-hit wonder? Either way, we're going to see him play in the Ryder Cup, and it's going to be great. So we're going to see if he can continue hitting those clutch shots and making those clutch putts. Ben Griffin, 2 wins. 2 wins this season, pushing himself to be a captain's pick on the Ryder Cup again. Are we going to see more of him? I believe so. I believe he has that mentality. He gained about 10 yards this year off the tee, going from one of the shorter hitters to going from the middle of the pack to the top, depending upon the tournament. So he's got that consistency. He's got those wins. So Ben Griffin, another one to catch our eye on. Harris English, an amazing year he had. He had his first win since 2021, and this was also his most consistent year of his career. Bud Cauley, he had a bright future ahead of himself. He is the comeback story after a 2018 car accident, and he skyrocketed this year. Nobody jumped more than he did. He went from 303 world golf ranking all the way up to 56 or 57. I don't know why that's not popping up in my notes right now, but either way, he also got into the top 70 of the FedEx Cup points and played his way into the top 50. So we'll see Bud Cauley here at all the signature events and all the big tournaments coming up in the 2026 season. So Bud Cauley, keep it up. It was great to see you back on the course. So thank you for that. As I've been alluding to this whole entire time, the Ryder Cup picture is coming to fruition. We will have Team Europe's full team coming next week on Saturday. So right now, Team Europe, the ones who automatically qualified: Rory McIlroy, McIntyre, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, Tyrrell Hatton, and Hogard. Team USA, we have our captain's picks in. So we had, who got the automatic qualifiers: Scotty Scheffler, JJ Spaun, Xander Schauffele, Russell Henley, Bryson DeChambeau, and Harris English. Now your captain's picks: Captain Keegan Bradley, who, spoiler alert, did not pick himself. He decided that the roles that he has as a captain are more important than him being out there playing. And honestly, I think he made a great choice. I believe everybody he picked is going to live up to the standard that he needs and can perform in those clutch moments just like he can. So, Mr. Keegan Bradley takes Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, Ben Griffin, Cameron Young, Patrick Cantley, and Sam Burns as his picks. Now, Team USA looks to rebound after a poor showing in Italy 2 years ago, but they still own the 2021 blowout win at Whistling Straits as a reminder of their ceiling, with 4 players returning from that team. That is English, DeChambeau, Shoffley, and Scheffler. But here's the crazy part right now. So the whole team, all of Team USA right now, has 15 total appearances to the Ryder Cup. And experience is a big thing when it comes to this, being able to hit those clutch moments. The 6 that qualify for Team Europe have 20 appearances between just the 6 of them. So McIlroy, McIntyre, Fleetwood, Rose, Hatton, and Højgaard. I mean, it's already there. And they have some great records to boot. Rory McIlroy is 16, 13, and 4. McIntyre 2-0-1. Fleetwood 7-3 2. Rose, phenomenal match player, 14-9 3. Daryl Hatton 5-4 2. Like that pair up, and then Højgaard, this is going to be his first appearance. Team USA has 4, count them, 4 first timers coming in. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be great. And those 4 that are coming in is JJ Spaun, who automatically qualified, Russell Henry, who automatically qualified, and then the other 2 were the captain's picks of Cameron Young. No, maybe it was just the 3. My apologies. But even then, right now, I mean, my picks with who we have, it's going to be a great match. Again, we have the experience, but I mean, Team Europe right now with those 6 guys, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough with them. So I'm interested to see who Captain Luke Donald picks for his captains, and we will definitely keep an eye out that. But right now, your Ryder Cup futures have USA as the favorite at -145, Europe the underdog at +155, and if you guys want to put a couple dollars, and I literally mean a couple dollars, do not do any more than 1% of your total bank on the tie at +1200. That is 14-14, and Europe would technically reclaim the cup. But I think with the experience that Team Europe has right now, it's going to make for a great match. We're definitely not going to see that 19-9 blowout like we did, 2 Ryder Cups ago, 4 years ago at Whistling Straits. Plus, we have Bethpage Black, which is that wonderful one. It's a major championship type course. So you hit it in the rough, you were done. So we'll see what happens there. And I can definitely see, some of these guys on Team USA having some struggles right now. So that's a wrap on this round of Tea Time to Overtime. From the greens to the ice and every yard in between, we've covered the plays and the odds. Think you've spotted the next big upset or locked in a winning parlay? Let us know. Subscribe, rate, and follow for your weekly dose of insight, predictions, and betting tips. And remember, play smart, bet responsibly, and enjoy the game. This is Tea Time to Overtime. See you next time.